So first, do this with a smooth bottle, and I think we're going to end up using this part for the nose cone, and we're going to throw away this part. This is the part for the fins. It's hard to just cut in with scissors, so I chose a red one of these for blood. So be really careful with the utility knife, box cutter, whatever you want to call it. Some people may want to be really careful and make little marks first, but stop that. Right here where this seam is, I'm going to cut just on this side of the seam. I don't want any of this bent stuff back here where it starts to curve. And over here, same thing. I want to do a little bit beyond where this starts to curve. The bigger this is, the bigger my fins could be, but the bigger this is, the smaller my nose cone can be. So I'm going to go about an inch back from this curve. So first step is, if you want me to do this, I can do it. Just poke into the bottle. You could do the rest of the cutting with that if you want to, but once you poke into it, it's actually pretty easy to cut with scissors. So once I've done that, I can just do this. We're going to be making the rockets out of two bottles. One is it's going to be pressurized, and that's going to be what's called the fuselage or the pressure chamber. And it's going to push water out and make the rocket go the other way. This bottle we're just using for parts. So I'm just cutting about an inch away from where it starts to curve all the way around. So for today, what I'm thinking is it'd be a good idea to save this piece and this piece. And then when you're done with your fins, you can put them inside here in this little egg, and you can just tape it shut and write your names on it. So we won't lose them. I don't know if the fins will fit in there, though. So you might just have to kind of wrap it all together with some blue tape. All right, next step. I'm going to cut like this. And then I'll have a big curvy piece of kind of flat stuff. So it's curvy. That might be problematic, but it's not. All right. How many fins do you need on a rocket? What's the minimum number? 3. You could make 4 if you want, but I'm just going to make 3 because I don't have a lot of material. So what I want to do is I want to cut this into 3 even pieces. You can measure if you want. The way I'm going to do it is kind of fold this over until it looks like I've got 3 pretty even sections. If you want your rocket to go high, then everything should be really symmetric and nice. So the better you do at making these all the same, the better your rocket's going to work. So I've kind of creased it. Now I can tell where the edges of these are. So I'm going to cut on this crease. Whoop. And then cut on the other crease. And at this point, if you want to, once you get them all cut, you could line them up like this, stack them up, and then you could cut them exactly the same if you're a super careful kind of person. I'm not. I'm just reasonably careful. Have you ever heard of folding hot dog and folding hamburger? Okay. This is not a square. So this way would be hot dog. If you want long skinny fins, you could fold like that. I'm going to go hamburger because I would rather have shorter, wider fins. So first I'm just going to match up these edges and kind of squeeze this together. But here's the important part. This is the part that some people are not very good at. If you look at this, see how it's all kind of bowing out and wide? Well, I'm going to get this over close to the edge of the table, take the back of the scissors and scrape it along this edge right here. And when I do that, I get a really good tight crease, really sharp crease. All right, so there's one fin. I'm going to make one full fin, and then I'll try to make the other fins like it. Does anybody know what I'm going to do next? I'm going to fold back somewhere along here, like right along this line right here. I don't know if you could see that, but this corner, from this point right here where the crease is, back to about that corner I'm going to fold it. And you want to get this new crease as close as you can to this top corner. I don't have really words for what that top corner is called, but if you don't get it really close, your fin's going to stick out kind of funny. So there's that one, and again, I'm going to get it really tight by doing this with my scissors. And now I'm going to do another one. So here's what I have so far. This is going to be the fin itself. This is going to be part I'm going to tape onto my rocket. I need to fold this part back over here. So you just fold it back to match. Get as close as you can to that little point right there. Press it. If you're strong, that helps. If you're not, you can still do it. All right, so this is basically a fin. Can I hold your bottle, Jonas? So this is, if you imagine, this is the rocket itself. The water is going to squirt out here. The rocket's going to go that way. It's the action and reaction. The rocket goes like that. The fin is going to go on like this, and this is going to give us a way to tape the fin on. But, you know, I'm going to do if you just got 3 fins that are like this today, that would be a great start. But the next step would be to do some trimming of this so that it's easier to tape onto your rocket. So here's what I mean by some trimming. And you could do even more trimming than this if you want to, but I'm cutting this off so I could find a place to attach my tape. So now when I put this on here, I don't know if you can see that very well, I can put a strip of tape from here, overlapping this, and then down to here. And I could put another strip of tape on the other side from here, overlapping this and down to there. And then I could put one strip all the way around there if I want to, and this would be really well attached. So I just want to make 3 fins that are identical. I'll do one more real quick, and I'm not going to trim it. So fold hamburger if you want it to look like mine. Fold hot dog if you want it to be long and skinny. Then fold back from this corner right here to the opposite corner. And if you don't get it all the way to this corner, it's just going to stick out a little, unfortunately, from your rocket. Crease this one, and then do the same thing on the other side to make it symmetric, like this. And basically, you've got a fin at this point. You could just tape this onto your rocket. Just set it there. The nice thing about these is you don't have to glue them onto your rocket. Can anybody guess what would happen if I used hot glue and I tried to glue this on here? It would melt. Oh, I've left out something super important. Look at this. See how it's not quite flat? It's kind of bubbling out. It's pretty good, but it's not perfect. How could I make it stay together really tight? I could use tape. I've got a better solution. Hot glue is not good because it's going to warp it. Really easy way. No, staple it. So staples, line it up just right. Put some staples in it. Uh-oh, that was a bad staple there. But anyway, once you get some staples in there, then it's nice and tight. And this one hasn't been trimmed. I'll just staple this one because it's actually very satisfying to staple them after you're done. Make sure they're not curved when you staple them unless you want your fin to be curved. If you want it to maybe pinwheel and make your rocket spin, you could try to make your fin curved. But, okay.